friend Jim here with JB's Big Adventure, coming to you from Lake Chapala, Mexico. Welcome back, everybody, and if you're new to the channel, welcome also. So today I'm covering how utilities work here in Mexico, and specifically here at Lake Chapala. Now, it's one of those things that, you know, as Americans, as Canadians, when you move in to rent a place or when you're buying a house, whatever it may be, you just go set things up, and it's pretty much, that's how it's done. But here in Mexico, it's different. And I'm going to share with you right now how it's different. So I've had a few folks I've been talking to, and I don't know why it just never clicked with me. I've never done a video on how utilities work. So that's the reason of this video. For electric, and the company in Mexico, it's called CFE. And the electric bill is normally always in the landlord's name, because there's several things it takes to get the electric in your name. One is you being an owner of a property. You've also got to have your RFC, which is like your Mexican tax ID number. So if you live in a community, like a gated community, the electric bill is normally dropped off at the guard shack. If you're living at a house, and if utilities aren't included with your rent, then what you're going to be doing is you would be collecting the bill, and then you go ahead and give it to the owner. Or if in fact, if it's been set up that you're going to go pay it, you can go to the CFE office in Chapala. You can go to an OXXO, which is like Circle K, 7-Eleven, or you can even go to Soriana, which is the Mexican grocery store that's in Chapala. So that's if in fact with taking care of electric. And then gas, propane. So what happens is everybody's got a tank. And in the tank, there's a gauge. And the gauge says 30, 40, 50, 60, whatever it may be. And what that reading is the percentage of gas that's in the tank. It doesn't say 30, and it means there's 30 gallons, or it means 30 liters. It means the tank is filled to 30%. So let's say it is 30%. You call the gas company, they come out, and you say 160. Well, what they'll do, or you want it to be at 60, they'll put another 30 in. Or if you want it to be 90, you would put 60 in. However that gets worked out, that's either paid for by yourself personally when they come to the door, or it's something that's included in your rent. So water. The water bill normally is every 2 months. Now, again, if you've got utilities included, you don't have to worry about the water at all. But if in fact, if you don't, either there's a bill comes to you, or somehow it's arranged with the landlord of the apartment or house or condo that your apartment you're living in, of how that's taken care of. But the bill itself is every 2 months. And then looking at TV. Now, TV, there's several different options. One, the biggest one is Telmex. Telmex is the largest phone company in Mexico. And they not only offer internet, which is basic internet, but you can also get upgraded, or I should say internet that's fed by fiber optic, which means you can get higher, faster speeds versus just being, let's say, for example, at 50, you could be at 300. We have 300, we pay $35 a month. And if we wanted to pay $50 a month, it would be 500 megs. So it's pretty inexpensive compared to the States. I know that in the States, we were paying for internet, we were paying for 80 gigs. We were actually paying $140. So it's crazy. Now there's also Total Play. Total Play is a kind of like cable satellite company. Actually, I think it's cable, not satellite. But what they do is they handle all the TV, and they also handle the internet if in fact you can't get it through Telmex. So both Telmex has TV and internet, and so does Total Play has TV and internet. And there's one other one that I can't think of it right now. Oh, Wiz, W-I-Z-Z. I've never done much with them. They're a lot smaller company, and I got a feeling that they're a lot more on the inexpensive side, probably helping the Mexican families that financially don't have the real means to being able to have TV and internet. So, but I think that's what Wiz does. If you've got a housekeeper, the landlord either pays for the housekeeper to come once a week, once every other week, whatever it may be, and pays them directly. They would. Or it's not included, and you set it up and they come to you and you just pay them every time that they're here, just like we do. Now, with the housekeeper, she gets 100 pesos an hour. So Barbara usually pays her 300 pesos each time that she comes. Actually, she also gives her a tip. So gives her 350 pesos each week that she comes, and she comes every other week. And then with a gardener, the same thing. If it's being paid for by the owner, the landlord, and you're not getting a bill, well, that's a plus. But if in fact, if you're having to hire the gardener and such, that will be something that will be out of pocket that you would be taking care of. Now, again, if you rent a place and what you're renting, all the utilities are included, that's a real plus because it makes things simpler. All you do is you pay one bill to the landlord or to the rental management company. So it's done differently here, and it has everything to do with, who owns a house, who's paying for the utilities, and those things are all things that are done in advance and set up before you actually move into where it is you're moving into. So I hope that's been helpful for you and explanatory how the utilities work here, how they're paid, who pays them, and how often you pay them. Just some more information for you. A video I can't believe I don't know why I'd forgotten about mentioning about this, but it's an important thing. It's a really important thing. I know what it's like to take a cold shower versus having a nice hot shower. I mean, it's a big difference. So in the States, I can remember that. But here, utilities, depending on where you're at, I mean, you've got great, the water pressure, the gas, the electric. Those are all things that have to do with what part of Lake Chapala you're at and how reliable that they end up being. And that's one of the things I've mentioned before that I share with on my relocation and exploration service and tour, letting you know in the neighborhoods, what are the best neighborhoods and where you can get this and that and such. So anyway, hope that's been helpful. If you haven't yet, I'd like to encourage you to go ahead and subscribe to the channel. If you thought this information was valuable, I'd like to encourage you to subscribe. You'll want to be a part of this community and a part of this channel. All you got to do is go to the bottom right-hand corner, the little red box, tap on it, and you're subscribed. Go ahead and give us one of those thumbs up. Lets other people know it's a great video to watch about retiring to Lake Chapala. Also, stop by, say hi, ask a question, leave a comment, and even let us know of an idea of a video you'd like to see. And also make sure you hit the bell, because that way you'll be immediately notified when the next video comes out and you don't want to miss the next video. So as always, thank you for being a part of this community, a part of this channel. Have an awesome day, and we'll see you on the next video.